responding to Alice's recent tweets. Since my video response, Alice has posted that she filed a police report. At no point has this been consistent, and the story has changed constantly. Alice has gone on to post that she never kicked me and says that this is impossible because she is 5'2". Alice says she refuses to watch my video despite making many claims about it which are untrue.
Let's find out if ImAllexx cooked. Hey everyone, welcome back to another Azul masterpiece. In one of my previous videos, I covered the response ImAllexx made, where to summarize my thoughts on it, I just think he wants to come back to the internet and clear his image. I don't think he feels bad at all. I'm sorry. The only part that was actually interesting from it was where explaining some of the toxic behavior his ex-girlfriend was exhibiting. But despite that, it didn't really change my mind about him being a crazy, egotistical jackass. But enough of that video, because today, he just made a second response on Twitter where he cleared up some lies that he believes his ex-girlfriend, Alice, was making on Twitter after the video dropped. So I'm gonna go over it and break down some parts that just show how badly Alex wants to come back to the internet. Like, so bad. So here was a tweet that he made simply saying, responding to Alice's recent tweets. And by the way, if you check the replies, they're all shitting on him. They're so funny. If I have time later today, I might go through them because some of them are hilarious. But right now, I want you to go over the response, his clearing up the lies, and see which parts he might have done good on and which parts, just show how desperate he is to, clear his image, like I said before. It just says, Alice responds, where it starts with, since my video response, Alice posted that she filed a police report on the 27th of May 2024. Alice says she refused to watch my video despite making many claims about it which aren't true. I mean, she did watch it because you see in a second that she made 3 tweets about it, going over it. So yeah, more likely she did watch it. This was the first one, you see. Oh, bro, this Google Doc is so annoying. Whenever you click on the link, let me show it again, you have to, be like, redirect notice. Like, yeah, no shit, it's a hyperlink. I'm fully aware, but here was the first one they show, saying fabricated, because if you go back and watch his video, he makes it very clear, or he makes it seem like, Alice was going online saying that, oh my god, the police are involved, and that was proof that something bad happened. So he was making it seem like she named all the police to get more attention on this and make the allegations more valid. However, as many of you know, if police, don't investigate something, it doesn't mean that there's nothing wrong going on. It just means, probably they don't give a shit or they're too busy for it. Not that, the victim, the defendant, is completely innocent. That's not the case. And right when the video came out, she posted a screenshot from the police, or an email from the police, very clearly acknowledging that she did file a report. That was the first part of the video of Alex's response. That was complete bullshit. And you have the second one, Alex refused to watch my video, and you click on it, and this person saying she just said, after all you've done is to prepare me to be a liar, instead of owning up to what you did, taking accountability, which I'm sure you will work in your favor after I post the rest. But that part was great. Again, after I watched that video, some parts of it, halfway through, I was like, my god, he wants to paint Alice. He wants to paint Alice as a liar that's just trying to get some attention from this, and that's it. And somebody got responded saying he did apologize twice. I've counted, and I'm only 30 minutes in. Honestly, that video that he made did not feel like an apology. If you only apologize twice in a nearly 2-hour-long video, yeah, I'm sorry, that's not enough. Then he said he responded to his comment with he apologized to you and the people he offended, not me. And this was my response video, but she deleted that comment, which is suspicious as heck. And one more, the fact that I didn't need to look up the clip, he just said during my watch naturally, was he's out here saying that he didn't do it at all. And this is apology number 3, I've counted. Yeah, once again, if you want to make it seem like you apologize, call the video I'm sorry, that would be enough. But his video, this awful 2-hour-long movie, is, like I said before, he's actually victim blaming the movie. It's so bad. And she responded, I'm not watching his monetized video on my abusive past relationship to count his apologies to me. I'm sorry. Yeah, I don't blame him because, it's incredibly long. And also, but it's so funny, within the first 2 minutes, it makes it seem like, she was completely at fault for what happened. So yeah, I don't blame her. I mean, on her side, she should watch it because it might be important. But apart from that, yeah, I don't blame her for watching the whole thing. I mean, I'm sure she did watch some of it, but not the entire hour 40 minutes. I don't blame her. But anyway, you go watch the Google Doc. I never claimed Alice didn't file a report, as a police report can be filed on anyone, anytime, for any reason. Whether what is claimed on that report is true or not. Yeah, but once again, he was making it seem like, she did that to bring more attention, even though in reality, yeah, I believe some emotional and potentially some physical abuse was going on. Whatever. It would not be possible for me to know at any point if this had happened, because a report is not a proper investigation or a guilty verdict. True. Yeah. I made that argument before. All this does is show that there was an investigation and that no charges were pressed, which is why I corrected my video, as Alice had posted that this was the case, which is untrue. I don't think she did actually. She made tweets about how she made a police report, but as far as I know, she made no tweets about the police actually arresting him or him going to court. None of it. I mean, at this point, so far, she seems pretty trustworthy. She's not making up bullshit at all. And it's saying, at no point have I been approached by the police in any way, shape or form. Yet Alice claimed that she had pressed charges against me and had done everything she could. Once again, someone could try their best. However, it is up to like the police or solicitors or the court to actually move it forward. So yeah, once again, I believe her that she did everything she could. Unfortunately, with this kind of stuff in the UK, it does get ignored by the police, because they're lazy or too busy. I'm not sure. Despite now posting that she didn't when she apparently had the option to take it further, which once again is a point made. Yeah, but someone might not go to court because it might be too expensive, not because they're lazy. Which once again is the point I made in the video, as Alice had been claiming otherwise online, was also telling commentary channels the police had done nothing, despite now saying the police had given her the option to take to court, which she now says she declined. Doesn't that make you look worse? Like, if the police go to the victim and say like, you have the choice to go to court, then yeah, that might be saying that you might be guilty. I mean, people can go to court for whatever reason, be it valid or not, so I'm not really sure. At no point has this been consistent and the story has been changed constantly. Police have done nothing, once again. Yeah. Should I click on the video? He links his actual video and gives us a timestamp. Yeah, I will play it actually, because once again, this guy made it seem like Alice was lying non-stop about the police, arresting this guy. When in reality, if you check the actual timeline of her tweets, she was just saying that she did the best she could. She made a police report, and that's it. Everything else might have been ignored by the police. She never claimed once that the police called them guilty at all.
Alice has said that Claire's law can be used and that I am in the system, alleging that I am a convicted criminal or that I have a criminal record. Alice also says in the same messages that the police didn't do anything at all. These statements completely contradict each other, as it would not be possible for the police to have done nothing and for the police to have put me on the system as a convicted criminal or as someone with a
Okay, I think maybe, at best, to play devil's advocate, I think she misspoke by, assuming that they would go that far. Because, oh my god, the police doing their job? That's crazy. I think she misspoke and that's it. She was expecting them to put him on Claire's law, but I guess they didn't, because they didn't go too deep into it, whatever reason. Yeah, I don't think she lied about that. I'm sorry. I'm sorry, Alexander. And then you have this one as well. Tweet about not taking it further to court. Yeah, once again, taking someone to court is a difficult thing, because, it could be severely expensive, so I don't blame her. So here's the context. Someone said he obviously isn't innocent and I by no means condone any of his actions, but it just shows you reporting it and the police receiving your report don't necessarily mean anything about a report you made. Otherwise, I'm sure he'd be a lot worse off now. Yeah, they didn't do anything. It came an option to take him to court and I couldn't do it. I didn't have it in me. I think you're talking about it here was enough. I think her intentions from the very beginning, when she started documenting him, was to get this guy defamed because he's an awful piece of shit behind camera. I think that was her only intention. That's it. I respect her for that. And what else? I've already shown it before. If you really want to see this badly, I'll play it real quick because I'll speak. Even we'll see it again. Actually, you know what? Fuck that. If you click on this video, you're more likely, know like the main story beats of that response. So I'll go over some important links, but that's it. Oh, this one's actually crazy. Alice denies kicking me. This was like such a retarded point of contention. It's actually insane. So one, big part that Alex alleged was that Alice, you know, when they were sleeping together, she would kick him off the bed because of his weird skin condition. You know, flashback right now if you haven't seen it. And now some glob shitter was saying in these screenshots you admit you physically assaulting him for having his shirt off in bed. This isn't reacting or being toxic. This is a clear-cut instance of physical abuse perpetrated only by you. I never said I was perfect. Doesn't cut it. You're a domestic abuser. But this is so crazy, and I didn't just randomly start kicking you. I probably pushed you. She didn't admit shit. What the fuck? And this was well. But yeah, I didn't randomly start kicking you for no reason. Whatever. And then she made like a pretty funny response saying that there's no way I could have donkey kicked them because I'm 5'2". I'm not saying that you did, but you probably could. Don't act like being 5'2" is the biggest detriment in the world. It isn't. And going back to the cool dog, he says, Alice has gone on to the post that she never kicked me, despite admitting that in the very messages she's responding to. Alice says that isn't possible because she is 5'2". Yeah, that was pretty funny. I made it incredibly clear in the video that Alice refuses to watch that we were both lying down in our bed. She had turned around my back facing towards her and had begun to kick me until I fell out of bed. Okay, this section, I'm gonna have to read more into it, but if that is true, better than Alice. But you know, I would believe that, you know, she didn't fucking like donkey kick him incredibly hard. So I'm not sure about that part. And once again, even she acknowledged that she was being toxic. So Alice, not like an entirely clean angel victim. She has fucked up, but I feel like Alex has fucked up so much more. It's not even like, you know, comparable. Alice says I didn't explain the context as to why she did this, but I did, and it's in the screenshots that she replied to. It was due to my illness and being shirtless in bed. I had complained about this happening on other occasions over text, which is also my video. Alice said, what's the text of that? Despite once again responding to those very texts shown in that tweet. I have also shown a text of me complaining about this on iMessage at the time, which in the video she refused to watch. My text to Alice, let me pull up real quick. So this is the evidence apparently, and from what I'm seeing, she doesn't seem to like admit to actually kicking him. From what, you know, on the left side, there's nothing else. That's it. Also, why is the profile picture of Alice just a thumbs up? That's very weird. You know, like he's claiming that she kicked him, but yeah, nothing on her end. That's it. Also, this video makes, there we go, once again, skin condition. This video paints Alice as, you know, like some physical abuser. Because, like, look, like the chapters, Alice assaulting me. I'm sorry, but this video really feels like unapologetic to Alice. He does not give a shit at all. But then moving on, Alice calls into question there being no text despite that being untrue. He has posted in a document and in her police report that I had dragged her, choked her, and pulled her to the floor, which there is no text evidence for, as I have shown in my video. Yeah, I'm not gonna dabble into that because, you know, that's a very tacky subject and there's no evidence for it. So, you know, I'll keep in the picture, but I'm not gonna make any comment on it. That's crazy. Since posting these tweets, Alice deleted a reply where she said she hadn't fabricated anything when questioned on Twitter about the inconsistencies in the story. Okay, this part's like a very weird piece of evidence because look, you know, somebody screenshotted this before it was gone saying, unsure why you deleted your reply, and it's her saying, haven't fabricated one thing at all, and then next picture, oh my god, it's gone. Honestly, if you see this part, it says replying to @Kelly, Lewis, whatever. I'm pretty sure that when someone deletes a post, all the other replies under it are also gone. I'm pretty sure. But yeah, this part, you know, this piece of evidence, it doesn't make it seem that guilty. I'm sorry. Alice also wrote in a report that I was harassing her despite me trying to end a relationship multiple times. Alice told the police I was harassing her by sending letters and a bear. Two things that a live bear? I'm joking. Two things that she has asked me to do, which she then used to build a story to the police and document. I've also shown this in my video. Oh my god. And you don't link that at all. Whatever. And then Alice saying she won't watch my video. I pull that up. Yeah, I think, you know, I don't blame her for not watching the entire thing because it's entirely long, and also because, you know, there's no apologies at all. I mean, there was free, but like in a超long video, yeah, that's very sparse. You know, I'll pull up again, but like yeah, there you go. Same one from before, from Aiden. But once again, she probably will at some point, you know, be on stream, like on Twitch, or she make like a second Google Doc. Which, if that does happen, I truly believe like she will bury Alex from it. Alex has also made a post saying he got his diagnosis after we split and wasn't in contact anymore. So this one, yeah, bro, this BPD thing was so crazy. If you don't remember, in the response video that Alex made, he was making it seem like, you know, she was ignoring his BPD and that she was neglectful of it. I don't care that much about it. If you have BPD, he doesn't forgive, what you did, honestly. But I guess from a recent tweet, somebody said he did prove that you lied multiple times. For example, saying that he didn't have BPD and that he wasn't diagnosed with it when he was, He got his diagnosis after we split up and wasn't in contact anymore. Well, there you go. Alfie, regardless, this isn't an excuse for my behavior, which I made clear in this video and in my psychiatric document where I openly discuss being verbally abusive towards her with my psychiatrist. I apologize many times privately to Alice for how unacceptable it was, which can be seen throughout the video as I tried to sort this out privately on many occasions. Yeah, I'm pretty sure that was after, she made a huge Google dog and his career was burnt to the ground. Rightfully so, in my opinion. I am deeply sorry for things turning out this way. It is my responsibility to be better. Yeah, once again, one apology from the fucking rest trying to defame Alice or prove us a liar. Barely nothing at all. Alice has since posted, I guess it's round 2, but it's not a situation that I take lightly, and I have no interest in continuing this any further publicly after this post. Oh my god. So he wants to leave this, again, this guy wants to leave us behind and restart his career. He wants to clean his fucking dogshit image from this and try again. Please, if you're a fan of Alex, please do not click on a video from him. Don't watch him at all. Make sure he fucking dies out and never comes back again. He does not deserve a platform at all. I've read the many comments about how this should have been sorted appropriately and privately, and I agree. I only made my response because I was forced to due to the constant lies that were posted about me, still being posted about me. Wait, did he fuck up? Oh my god, Jesus Christ, no, hold on. And still being posted about me to this day that I had now responded to for last year. Whatever. Alice's round 2 tweet. Yeah, I'm sure people have already seen it. Alice had planned this document since January, and bro, this part made it seem like she was crazy, she was like blackmailing him, to like build more evidence, to paint him as a piece of shit. Like, read this. Alice had planned this document since January and had been blackmailing me for our relationship with my reaction to her physical abuse, as I showed in my video. Guys, if you got evidence, against your abusive boyfriend, you're the one that's crazy. You're the piece of shit. Whatever. Alice always intended to publicize a false version of an incredibly toxic and abusive relationship, and I apologize for my involvement in that, as could have been prevented, and there is no excuse for how I reacted to the environment that was created. Second quasi apology, planning a document in advance. Yeah, we already seen that text. As shown in my video, Alice would go through my phone for our entire relationship, which prevented me from being able to speak to anyone or record any of the events that transpired when I tried to leave. I should have done more to end our relationship at the time and regret allowing it to get to the point which it did. Yeah, I'm gonna play this part real quick because it's very bizarre. He's saying this part that she would take his phone to not let him record anything. However, when you actually watch it, he just claims that she took his phone, and went through his Instagram, and she saw what girls he was following and got pissed off about that. And somewhat toxic, whatever, but I don't see he was trying to prevent her from getting any evidence himself. I don't think that's the case at all.
And she replied saying she says it how it is. Alice has gone on to write another story in her document about me, which is completely untrue. Alice writes in her document that after going through my phone, she found pictures of my ex-girlfriends on there. And this, once again, is a complete lie. Alice says he ended up being secretive over his phone.
I don't know. I feel bad for him in that regard, because if that's true, that this was a lie, then he would be able to disprove that. Because how do you prove a negative? Quite hard, whatever.
What I then discovered was him stalking his ex on all social platforms. In brackets, it's been years since they broke up. And found her old NSFW pictures he kept of her. He said sorry, and that was it. Alice also showed a message that says, it was never an issue before, so why is it now, in regards to going through my phone. This is because I had refused to give Alice my phone. Alice has created this story and put it in her document, despite saying on Twitter that at no point did I ever cheat, which makes no sense, as that is what she accuses me of doing throughout the entire document. Alice had complete access to my phone and social media from the moment we began dating.
She probably means, like physically cheating. You weren't with somebody else physically, but you were a bit of a horn dog on Instagram. Maybe.
I tried to stop this from happening. Alice got annoyed at me, accused me of cheating, and threatened to break up with me, but has cropped these messages out of her document. Alice had full access to my phone from the moment we began dating, and would come in my room daily to check on who I had been talking to. This started the first couple weeks into dating,
after Alice slapped me because I had been invited to a party in LA by a TikToker.
Pretty shitty, Alice. You know, you fucked up there. But once again, like this situation is very grey. It's very grey, but it makes Alex, you know, look a bit worse by comparison to Alice, you know, this whole saying. And he might say, you know, at some point in his video, in this chapter, takes phone / controlling behavior. But so far, you know, he opened it being like, she took my phone because she was being toxic and she wants to see what girls I follow. From my understanding, right now, there was no part, like he just added this part on that she was trying to prevent her from recording any evidence. I'm not sure about that. By the way, the video is not monetized by me, as I've made clear in the description and pinned comment, which to be fair he did. I remember seeing this before in the beginning and saying, and it was claimed due to the multiple TikTok lip sync videos Alice made about me and the abuse. Image attached below, you're saying, you know, they made no money at all. So that section about you saying before that he's making money from this, it's not true. Oh, but this image is crazy. Okay, so he posted like a screenshot from YouTube analytics, but let me zoom in for a second. Wait, let me see. Bro, this is crazy. This rat, this lispy retard, somehow made this god-awful apology and he got 50 likes. There were nearly 8,000 people that were like, Alex, I feel bad for you, we miss you. If you're one of those people, please reconsider your support of him. Don't be a fan of him. Don't be a fan of him once again. I beg of you. Okay, but now we're wrapping up. He says, it's been brought to my attention that Alice is deleting comments and has privated her Instagram and TikTok comments sexually due to harassment online. I'd appreciate if people would not tag anyone I've mentioned, as that was not my intention when I posted the video, and I regret that it just played out publicly. I would like to say thank you to those who have supported me for this time. It does not go unnoticed, and I greatly appreciate it. Overall, does this document change my mind? Nah, not at all. I'm gonna finish the video by saying that there might be some parts where it seems like I'm defending Alice as not being guilty of abuse, but in reality, I do believe that there were some actions that were fault of her, just not as many as Alex is making it seem in the response video and the cool dog. Because once again, I'm going to repeat this philosophy every time I cover this, but if someone is being falsely accused by allegations, then they should be able to make a response as it breaks out, not a year later like Alex did right now. But in conclusion, I think this drama will be lasting for another couple of weeks. The one thing I'm praying for is that he doesn't make a comeback and he wins back his audience. I mean, that one screenshot that I showed of a 50-50 like ratio, that's pretty worrying, in all honesty. Jesus.